PACT is a multiracial, multi-faith, grassroots organization that empowers everyday people to create a more just community. We fight for justices around socioeconomic problems, housing, immigration, public safety, and we make sure everyone has a voice in our community. PACT has over 20 member congregations and organizations representing more than 50,000 people. We are also part of PICO, California, and Faith in Action, the largest faith-based grassroots organizing network in the country. My name is Regina ALEXANDER, and I'm a leader with the PACT Beloved community team. And what we focus on is police accountability and community relations. And with PACT, I've completely gone from being a political, social media keyboard warrior to sitting down and talking with family members of police violence and brutality, and then taking those things that I've heard from them and bringing them to the table of policymakers to say, hey, these are the things we need to do to create change.
Well, PACT's had a seat at my table for quite some time now. And PACT, and the way I look at it, is PACT has a voice, and their voice is for those that feel that they don't have a voice when it comes to issues that are occurring not only in the city, but regarding this police department. Now, we don't agree all the time. We have our differences, and we may get frustrated from time to time with each other. But one of the beauties is that we ultimately have the same goal. And the same goal is to ensure that the residents of San Jose feel safe and that the way we police them is in a fair and just manner.
My name is Jesus, and I'm an organizer with PACT. And the role that I have in PACT right now is that I'm a dispatcher coordinator for the Rapid Response Network. Back in June of last year, we launched a county-wide rapid response network along with other organizations and the purpose of this hotline is to give the undocumented community some kind of lifeline when a loved one is taken away from them. One of the stories I remember is a woman. She called the hotline because two of her nephews were about to get deported. They had been detained a week before outside their home, and when she called the hotline, it was that day that they were about to be deported back to Mexico. So we were able to activate the attorneys to backtrack the signature of deportation that they have signed, and we were able to get it on release, which was a big win for us.
My name is Salma ACEVES. I'm an 8th grade student at Lerone College Prep Academy in the Franklin McKinley School District, and my parents are PACT leaders. They work hard to change the way our schools are funded and to educate our communities about the best way to help their children. What I love most at school is the project-based learning class. My favorite subject is science, and I hope to become a computer animator. I am proud that my parents are PACT leaders, working to make our schools better for me, my little brother, and all the kids. I've spoken at press conferences, and I've spoken to the superintendent, parents, and other students to share how important it is to be involved in their children's education.
My name is DOAN. I'm with Unity. In October 2017, there were raids in the Southeast Asian communities. People were being detained and to be deported. When I heard about it, it made me think, what was I doing about it? If I ever have kids and they ask me, what did I do to help out my community at their most vulnerable time? I didn't want to say that I didn't do anything about it. And at the time, PACT was responding to what was happening, and I saw what they were doing and I wanted to join them. I had the opportunity to go to Sacramento for a lobby day. I met so many people from communities around the state, and it was inspiring to push legislators to hear our stories. There's a lot of pain in our stories, a lot of suffering in our stories, and it's very powerful for our state and local legislators to hear them.
For the past 10 years, I've been happy to work with PACT on issues of equity and social justice. And what I love about PACT is that it takes otherwise ordinary members of our community and allows them to have extraordinary impact on their families and neighborhoods. Now, as an elected official, there's no doubt that PACT holds me accountable, holds us accountable as elected officials to ensure that we are listening to the needs of the community and then acting to better the quality of life of those in our community. And so it's been a pleasure to work with PACT to see how at a grassroots level they're able to move really big policy issues for our community. And I think even more importantly, engage the community in sometimes very difficult conversations that create a lot of tension within our community, within our neighborhoods, certainly within our city and state.
My name is Sal CASTRO and I'm a leader with PACT. Started seeing the affordability crisis that we're in, and I'd be driving around and noticing that the homeless population and the homeless camps around me seemed to be growing more than I've ever seen them before. And there was no one in my life that I thought I could really share what I was experiencing until I met some PACT members. And although I don't have the same issues as a lot of the homeless people around me, I do feel that I could be in their shoes. Just any problem in my life could make me unable to pay my rent, and the rent takes up so much of my income. My most memorable moment was the first time I spoke at the city council meeting, and I know that I forgot half the things that I wanted to say, but in the end people heard what I did say, and I realized that through PACT people will listen. I just have to speak up. So sí se puede.